Listen to me carefully. I will tell this only once. I'm not supposed to tell this because it's a secret kept by polyglots for centuries. But I'm going to tell you the secret. And this secret will help you learn new languages so quickly you can't even imagine. But you need to do exactly as I say, okay? First, you need to wait for a full moon. Then, find a secluded holy forest. For that, just Google holy forest nearby, super easy to find. And as you arrive to the forest, you need to sit and wait until a pack of hungry wolves surround you. Also super common, especially in Eastern Europe. Just Google hungry wolves nearby. And you need to battle one of the wolves. You know, like Spartans. Fun fact, that's why many of them were polyglots as well. After defeating the beast, you need to find a secluded beach, ideally nearby. So actually first you should have googled a holy forest and a beach nearby, but let's get back to the point. After that, sit on the beach, look directly into the sun and say these words. Don't mess this up. You say one word wrong and it's all over. No, learning a language is not mystical. You don't even need to sacrifice a goat. I know. It's surprising, but that's the case. In this video, I will show you what you need to do as a beginner level learner if you are starting with a new language today. So let's start. So the way you approach language learning depends a lot on what your current level is. And in this video, I will show you what to do if you are a beginner level learner. Now, I solemnly swear that I won't keep any polyglot secrets from you.
I solemnly swear that I am up to no good.
It means that if there would be something else that would be smarter or better to do, that me or other polyglots who speak many languages are doing, I would say that to you as well. But there isn't. You just need to do exactly these things that I say in this video, and you can also learn language in just a few months. And now let's jump into what you should be doing as a beginner. So as a beginner level learner, the name of the game is building a strong foundation for the language. And that all starts with learning words. And probably, as you know by now, you need to be focusing on words and sentences that you can actually use in real life conversations. And as you also probably know by now, Speakly teaches you only these words, phrases and sentences that you actually need. So don't just take any learning manuals or any applications. They will teach you lots of things that you actually don't need, and that will start demotivating you because you will have too much information that will not give an optimal boost for your language skills. So as the first element, make sure that you have a daily goal of at least 5 to 10 new words every single day and reach the daily goal with Speakly.
On behalf of...
Now, I was mentioning that you should be learning only 5 to 10 new words every single day, and above I linked a video where I speak about why it's crucial not to learn more than 10 new words every single day, not to overheat your memory. As you maybe know by now, I am always hyping about daily listening and why it's crucial to achieve great results. So the element number 2 that you need to for sure integrate into your daily learning activities is daily listening. Now, in the description of this video, I linked a blog post where I describe why it's so crucial to listen on a daily basis. But in a nutshell, what I can tell you is that daily listening just creates the whole language environment into your life as well. And thanks to that, your body and brain and memory will just cooperate so much better with you while you are studying. So make sure to take one Speakly listening exercise and listen to this single exercise for at least 5 to 7 days in a row without changing it. Yes, without changing it. You will just get used to the same exercise, you will program your mind to understand the language more and more, and you will feel good about your progress. So keep that in mind. Now the third element is obvious as well, but it isn't so important than the two previous ones. Now you need to have the first two elements in your daily learning activities for sure if you want to have great results. Now the third is reviewing the words that you have already learned. Now from one side, you don't have to worry about this too much because the Speakly algorithm actually watches you study with what are you making mistakes and so forth. So it will come back with the phrases and sentences that you don't feel so comfortable with. So from one side, you can be less occupied with the thoughts about, oh, I need to repeat this or that. But as a general approach, I would recommend you to just after every few days, go back to the Speakly review words section and just go through 10, 20, 30 cards just to be sure that you feel good about these sentences and phrases and that you still know them. Now this point may come as a surprise for you, and you probably thought that I wrote this wrong. Why should you be avoiding grammar? It's so important, right? Yes, it is, but what we see based on years of researching actual Speakly learners is that people who don't dig into the grammar too much in the beginning of their studies on a beginner level as you are, they actually achieve so much better results. And the reason seems to be very direct. If you start diving into grammar right from the beginner level, you will be demotivated about how much you need to know. And yes, I understand that maybe you have the sense of perfection that you need to know everything about the language before speaking it, but actually what research shows is that you don't. Many of our very successful learners actually don't go into grammar before they are on the intermediate level. You don't need to do that. Just focus on building the foundation for the language and think about grammar later. It's actually a successful strategy. Now in the description of this video, I also linked a blog post where I described how such perfection or sense of being perfect that is actually modeled into us by the school system is holding you back in speaking the language, and in most cases it's also the culprit of why people have the speaking block, for example. So even though your teachers maybe told you in school that yes, you need to know everything about verbs or everything about adjectives before you speak the language, just remember, how did you start speaking your mother tongue? Did you know anything about the grammar of the language? I don't think so. So why should you be approaching learning a foreign language differently than you did with your mother tongue? So just think about this. There are things that are natural for us as human beings, and very often the things that are done in the school system don't fit the way of how we actually learn naturally. If you have any questions about what I was talking about in this video, put them here into the comments. Also, don't forget to like this video to help out the channel, and also subscribe to the channel to get all the newest videos. Speak to you next time.